Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss the three modes of transfer of heat. So in this, the first one is the conduction. Conduction is the process of heat from the hot end to the cold end, from particle to particle of the medium. So thus a medium is required for the transfer of heat by conduction. Okay, now the next is in conduction heat is transferred. So we can say that the substances which allow the heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. Clear? And conductors of heat means what? Which allow the heat to pass through them. And the examples of conductors are what? Examples of conductors are metals. Clear? All metals are good conductors of heat. Clear? And the examples of conductors are silver, copper, iron, aluminium. They are what? They are the conductors of heat. Next is the just opposite of conductor is the insulator. Means the substances which does not allow heat to pass through them are called insulator or bad conductors of heat. Example is wood and plastic. Clear? So in character they are what? They are just opposite to each other. So now I am going to discuss some application of conductors and insulator in daily life. So the first one, you must have noticed that an oven is made of double walls and the space between them is filled with what? Wood, cork, etc. Why? Because the wool and cork are what? Insulators of heat, and so they prevent the heat of the oven to escape. Clear? Now the next is the cooking utensils, pans and tea kettles. They are what? They are provided with wooden or ebonite handles. Why wooden or ebonite handles? Because they does not pass heat from the utensils to our hand, and thus we can hold the hot utensils or pans comfortably by their handles. Clear? Now the next is cooking utensils and pans. You must have noticed that cooking utensils and pans are made up of what? Made of metals like copper, brass and steel. In the previous example we discussed about the handle, and now here the cooking utensils itself made of what? Metals like copper, brass, steel, etc. Why? Because they are what? They are good conductors of heat, and so they heat up rapidly. Clear? Now the next is an ice box. An ice box is, you must have noticed, ice box is what? Double walled box, and the space between the walls is filled with cork, glass, wool, etc. Why these are filled with this? Because these are what? These are insulator. They does not allow the heat to pass through it, so they prevent heat from outside to pass into the ice box, and thus ice kept inside the ice box does not melt. Okay, now the next is in summer. This also you must have noticed that in summer ice is kept wrapped in a gunny bag, or it is covered with what? Sawdust. Why? The air filled in the fine pores of gunny bag and sawdust is what? Insulator of heat. I have discussed that the flowing air is good conductor, but trapped air is what? Bad conductor of heat. So air in this, the air does not allow heat from outside to pass through it to the ice, and so ice is what? Prevented from melting rapidly. Clear? Now the next is that we use woolen clothes in winter. Why we use woolen clothes in winter? Because woolen clothes have what? fine pores which are filled with air, and this air is not flowing air, this is what, trapped air. So wool and air are insulators of heat, and therefore heat from our body does not escape through them, and they keep us what, warm. And that is why we feel very cozy when we wear what, woolen clothes in winter. Now the next is that during very cold weather, water pipes are covered with cotton. Why? Cotton has what? Cotton has air trapped in its fine pores. And trapped air is what? Yes, trapped air is bad conductor of heat. So cotton and air are insulators of heat. Bad conductor means what? Insulator. So insulators of heat. They do not pass heat from water inside the pipes to outside the atmosphere, and thus what? And thus cotton prevents the water in the pipes from freezing. Next is, this is also very common example in our day-to-day life, that quills are filled with fluffy cotton. Why? Air is trapped in fine pores of water, cotton. Clear? And cotton and air are what? Insulators of heat. So they prevent heat from our body to escape and thus keep us warm. Newly made quills are warmer than old ones because in old quills there is no air trapped in the cotton. Okay. Now the next is, do you know, on a cold day, a steel chair appears colder than wooden chair. Why? Why steel chair appears colder than wooden chair? Because steel is what? Yes, steel is good conductor of heat. So it takes heat from our hand. Okay. And so we feel what? Cold. Wood is an insulator of heat. It does not take heat from our hand, and so we feel warm. And on the other hand, on a hot day, the steel chair will appear warmer than a wooden chair because steel will pass heat from the chair to the hand while wood will not. And always remember that when we feel cool means the heat is coming out from our body, and when we feel hot means what? Means the heat is coming into our body. Okay. Now the next is convection. Convection is the process of transfer of heat by actual movement of the medium particles. Clear? Liquid and gases are poor conductors of heat. They are heated mainly by what? Convection. So liquid and gases, they are what? They are mainly heated by convection. In solid, of course, the particles do not leave their position, so they are not heated by convection. Clear? So the reason being that the medium particles near the source of heat, after absorbing heat, start moving faster, and so they become what? Farther means the medium expands, and as a result the density of the medium near the source of heat becomes less, means it becomes lighter. So density becomes less means what? The particles are not very close to each other. Why? Because after getting heat they start moving here and there, and so the less dense medium rises up and the denser medium from above moves down to take its place, and thus a current is set up. Clear? And this current is called as what? This current is called as a convection current. Okay. Now next I am going to discuss the convection in liquid, because just now I discussed that the convection occurs in both liquid as well as gases. Clear? So convection, the process of convection in a liquid, this can be easily understood by this following, means by this activity. So for this, take a bottle, okay, and fill the bottle about 3/4 with water. Gently draw few crystals of potassium permanganate. Clear? Potassium permanganate, the formula of potassium permanganate is what? KMnO4. And fix the bottle into the bottle to make the water colored, pink color. Clear? Then fix the bottle on a vertical stand and heat it over flame. You will notice that a fine stream of colored water starts from the center of the bottom of the bottle. It rises upwards, reaches the top of water, and circles downwards along the side of the bottle. And so there is a setup of what? One kind of current. You must have noticed also. See in the diagram, it gets heated, it moves up, then it's come down. Here also it gets heated, it moves up, it comes down. So like this, a current is what? Set up here. And this current is called as what? This current is called as convection current. Okay. Now, convection in a gas, the process of convection in gas, this can be understand by this activity. So for this, take a rectangular cardboard box, clear, cut the longer side of it and then cover it with a transparent polythene paper and keep this side of the of the box upwards facing towards you. Then cut a window on the other side of the box as it is shown in the picture. So you can see the picture also, it is very clear. So what happened? Then cut two holes on the top of the box and roll two pieces of paper and insert them in the holes. They serve as a paper chimney. Clear? You can see here chimney. Like this it appears. Mark them A and B. So this one is what? This one is A and this one is what? B. Now take a small candle, light it and insert it inside the box. Clear? Inside the box, the lighted candle. You can see the lighted candle here. Lighted candle, then light it and insert it inside the box just below the chimney A. So this candle is placed where? Below the chimney A through the window. And now close the window, then hold a lighted dhoop or agarbatti near the mouth of chimney B. So what will you notice? As you keep the lighted chimney here, it means when you are keeping this lighted chimney or lighted dhoop or agarbatti here, you can see the smoke coming from this. Clear? Here you have kept, but here you can see the smoke coming out. So this, how this is possible? This is possible because of the convection current. Clear? So you will notice that the smoke of dhoop kept near the mouth of chimney B enters through the chimney B inside the box and comes out what? Comes out of the chimney A. This is possible because of the convection current. So what we have got here, that a candle heats the air. Clear? What we have got here, that a candle heats the air surrounding it as well. Clear? Okay, so here we have noticed that the candle heats the air surrounding it as well as the air in the chimney A, and this air becomes what? Less dense. Okay, and then it rises upwards. Its place is taken by the cold air rushing down the box through the chimney B, which carries the smoke of the dhoop or agarbatti with it. And now this incoming air gets heated up and rises. So whenever air gets heated up, it rises up and thus it forms a convection current of smoke. So we can say that the convection current occurs where? In the gases also. Now I am going to discuss some application of convection in daily life. So the first one is very important. You must have noticed ventilators and windows are provided in rooms for proper ventilation. This is why? This is because the reason is that when we breathe out in a room, what happened? The air in the room becomes warm and impure because we give out which gas? Carbon dioxide gas. The warm air is what? Less dense, so and lighter, so it rises up and moves out through the ventilators. So that is why ventilators are provided near the what? Near the ceiling. Clear? Then the cold air, then the cold fresh air comes in the room through what? Windows. Yes, to take its place, and thus the continuous circulation of fresh air keeps the air in the room fresh. So there also there is a formation of what? Convection current, and so from the window the cool and fresh air get inside and then we use that air after using, when we exhale air, that air is what? That air is warmer, and so it moves up, and through the ventilator it goes down. Again from the window the fresh air comes, and again the warm air through the ventilator goes out. So like this, a convection current is formed there. Okay, now the next topic is chimneys. You must have seen chimneys are provided over the furnace in factories. Why? Because hot gases. Why? Clear? Because the hot gases coming out of the furnace are less dense. They rises up, and then what? The smoke, fumes, etc. around the furnace rush in so as to take their place, and they are sucked out. Thus, the chimneys help to remove undesirable fumes and smoke from the premises. Like this, many examples are there, like land and sea bridges. Land and sea bridges are also formed at places near the sea. And during summer, what happened in places near the sea? A breeze blows from the land towards the sea during the night, which is called a land breeze, and from the sea towards the land during the daytime, and this is called as what? Sea breeze. Means the air which is flowing from the land, it is called as land breeze, and which is flowing towards the land, means from the sea, it is called as sea breeze. And so there is also a setup of water convection current. Okay, now the next is land breeze. At night the land cools much faster than the sea. Okay, and therefore sea water is warmer than the land. The air near the sea being warm is less dense, and when it is less dense, what happen? It rises up, and cold current of air blows from the cold land to the warm sea to take its place, and this is called as what? Land breeze. So like this, many examples are there. Sea breeze is also based on what? This only. During the day the land becomes more warm than the sea, and so the air above the land being what? Warm becomes less dense, and when it is less dense it rises up, and the cold air from the sea blows towards the land to take its place, and this is called as what? Sea breeze. Okay, same way ocean currents also flows on the surface and below the surface of the ocean. So ocean currents are caused due to also what? Due to convection current in the ocean. Here also, now next is refrigerator. You must have noticed that a refrigerator is provided with its cooling chest near its top. And what is the reason? The reason is that the air near the top in contact with the freezing chest gets cooled, and as it gets cooled it moves what? Down. Yes, it descends down, and the hot air from the lower part where it rises up, and thus the convection current are formed there. The cold air coming down from the cooling chest cool the entire space and things present in the refrigerator below the cooling chest. That is why the cooling chest you will find where? Near its top. Okay, now the next is for heat insulation of a room in a house, weather strippings and curtains are used. Why? Because the weather strippings close the small openings in the windows so that no heat goes out by convection. Okay, so this is the use of what? This is the use of a convection current. Then you must have noticed the room heaters and blowers. Okay, the room heaters and blowers are kept on, or the room heaters and blowers are kept on or near the floor of the room. Why? So that the hot air may rise up to warm the entire room. This also is very common. The next example, that the firemen usually crawl. Why they crawl? They crawl while entering a building where fire has broken out, because the hot air and smoke water rises up. So when they will crawl, they will not get badly affected by the hot air. Okay. So these were what? These were some applications of the convection current in our day-to-day life. Now, next way to transfer heat is radiation. Clear? So radiation is the process of heat transfer in which heat directly passes from one body at high temperature to another body at lower temperature without affecting the medium. Clear? So no medium is required. This is very important. In all, the medium is required, but in radiation no medium is required for the transfer of heat. Okay. In vacuum, heat transfer takes place only by the process of what? By the process of radiation. So the first example, that when we sit in the sun, we feel what? We feel warm. We cannot get heat from the sun by the process of conduction and convection, because most of the space between the sun and the earth is what? Vacuum, and both of these modes of heat transfer require medium. So radiation is the only way to get heat transferred. Okay. Now the another is that heat radiations are also called as what? Radiations or thermal radiations. Okay. Heat radiations are also called thermal radiations, and they travel in a straight line with a speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second in vacuum. They are similar in properties of what? Light, with the only difference that heat radiation does not give the sensation of sight, whereas light gives us the sensation of sight. Clear? But heat radiation gives the sensation of hotness. So this is the difference between the heat and the light, that heat radiation does not give the sensation of sight, whereas heat radiation gives the sensation of hotness. Okay. Now, when radiation fall on the body, clear? Fall on a body, the body absorbs some of them and reflects the rest, and the body becomes warm because of the absorbed radiation. So different substances absorb what? Different amounts of radiation falling on them. So experimentally it has been observed that the black and dull surfaces absorb more radiation and reflect what? Less radiation. Okay. Second, the white and shiny surface. Clear? The white and shiny surface reflects more radiation and absorb what? Less radiation. So solar cookers use the heat energy of the sun to cook food, and the inner surface is what? You must have noticed in solar cooker that the inner surface is painted black so that it absorbs what? Maximum solar energy falling on them. And so this is the best use of what? Solar sun heat. Clear? In the form of solar energy. Now I'm going to discuss some applications of black and white surfaces in our day-to-day life. So the first, and it is very important, that we prefer to wear what? We prefer to wear white clothes in summer. Clear? Why we prefer to wear white clothes in summer? Because white clothes what? Because white clothes reflect most of the sun's heat and absorb what? Very little of it. Thus they keep our body cool. Okay. Second, we prefer to wear black and dark colored clothes in winter. Why? Because black and dark color clothes absorb what? Most of the sun's heat and keep our body warm. Then the another one is the bottom part of a cooking utensils or pan is painted black. This also you must have noticed. And what is the reason? That a black surface absorbs more heat, and so the content of the utensils or pan get cooked rapidly if its bottom part is what? Painted black. Then the next one is room heaters are provided with what? Shiny reflectors. You must have noticed, especially in the winter time. Huh? So if you have not noticed, this time winter, this is the winter time, when you take out the room heater, you can see that the room heaters are provided with what? Shiny reflectors. What is the reason? The reason is that the shiny surface absorbs very little heat and reflects what? Reflects most of it. So almost, so what happened? So almost the entire heat produced by the filament of heater is what? Reflected. Clear? Now at the last, something very special, that do you know it is cool in the shade below a tree but not little away from it? What is the reason? The reason is that the heat radiation travel in a straight line, and therefore the heat radiation from the sun cannot reach the shade below the tree, as they are what? Obstructed by the leaves. So in bio we have studied about the what? Transpiration. Clear? And in physics, this is another reason, and this is correct also. And apart from it, the air trapped between the leaves is what? Bad conductor of heat, because we have studied that trapped air is bad conductor of heat. Okay, so it does not allow the heat to pass from above the tree to the shade. Clear? Next one, if a red hot ball is suspended from a roof of a room by a thin metallic wire, it will lose heat, first by conduction and convection through the air moving around the ball, then by conduction through the metal wire, and by radiation from the ball and wire to the surroundings. Means in this case all three types of modes of transfer of heat takes place. To reduce heat loss by radiation from a surface, what we can do? Yes, we made the surface shiny. Thus now we have studied about the room heaters. Yes, so to reduce heat loss by radiation from a surface, it is made what? Shiny.